I think that a caregiving journey is challenging when you have a disease like Alzheimer's or dementia, because it often starts out very small and slowly. So, unless someone has a stroke and has major changes overnight, most dementia, including Alzheimer's, it starts out slowly. And so, it may be 2 to 3 years that people are noticing changes either in themselves or in someone they're caring for. So, I think that's one of the things that makes it challenging, is that you may start doing a little thing here or there. And before you know it, when you look back a year, you realize, gosh, I've taken on many more duties here and I didn't even realize it. So you're right that it slowly sneaks up on caregivers sometimes, which makes it more difficult to know when should they ask for help or when do they themselves need help. And so, that's why I think if you can reach out and talk to someone, we often ask people to look back and think about a year ago. What were you doing a year ago for your partner that you aren't?
It's a good point.
Right. So that's one of the things we ask people to do, is really think in increments of 6 months to a year. And it helps them, I think, define really where they are in that caregiving journey.
I've never heard that before. It's kind of like it's a test that someone can sort of employ as a way to define whether or not they are really, in some way, a caregiver. Is to compare their activities today to 6 months or a year ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think it's a bit of a reality check, and I think it also is a good way to help the rest of the family, if it is a family, to help them understand what's happening and what might be changing. It's difficult too, though, because just like you and I, people with Alzheimer's and dementia have good days and bad days. So sometimes people are doing well, they're having a good day, maybe a good week, and so it can almost trick caregivers into thinking maybe things are getting better, or maybe they're not as bad as I thought they were. And so you really do have to take larger increments of time, because otherwise every day can be very different.